What's good, people? It's the Rap Roundtable here. Your boy Jarv, the Rap Snob, Diddy the Balance, the homie Mace. We just need y'all to like, share, and subscribe when you tap into the videos. We're trying to reach 5,000 subs and eventually 10K subs. And with your help, we could definitely do that. Especially people who watch the videos and don't sub. You watching, we appreciate it. But the subs help us run it up even more. For our people who are already sub, make sure you hit that bell right next to the subscribe option. Pick all. When you pick all, it allows us to feed you what you need to get from us immediately. If you don't hit all, you'll get it when YouTube decides to give it to you. But if you hit all, you get the streams, you get the community posts, you get our regular uploads, you get everything. Hit all, help us run these numbers up, 5K, 10K, build a Rap Roundtable brand. Tap in with us. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. We are back in the studio. Down Mace, but he's with us in spirit as always. Happy birthday to the voice of the young people.
Cito,
salud.
The breath of fresh
love,
air.
bro. The most dangerous podcast.
Indeed.
The most influential podcast. And the hottest podcast going today, not called the Math Hoffa podcast, because fair is fair.
That's a fact.
Math Hoffa's
Shout out to Math, man.
Gotta
give the flowers. He's cooking.
Is right there.
Gotta give the flowers when it's due.
We're back in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know, my brothers held it down while I was on vacation. You know what I mean? Trying to get a little baby tan going. You know,
Paradise and shit.
Where
you was at?
Turks and Caicos.
Oh, so you was on that honestly never mind type of vibe.
No.
You was out there?
I wasn't. I wasn't listening to Honestly Nevermind. I was actually listening to a lot of Jay-Z. After my brothers motivated me to listen to Hov. But we'll get into that at a later date.
You need motivation for that, bro?
I mean, after what I heard the other day, man. I might as well back out the whole catalog.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. You know what I mean? When I was on vacation, my guys held it down. Hell of an episode, Joe. I got to give y'all flowers on wax, too.
Appreciate you, brother.
You know what I mean? As Sin said, the pod is safe. Go on vacation. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Which means I'm going to be on more planes.
Yes,
more
sir.
vacations. You know what I mean? It's your boy Jarv here. Alongside the Rap Snob.
What up?
Alongside Diddy the Balance.
May the force be with you.
Shout out to the homie Mace. You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find us on Cash App. Roundtablemerch.com is on the way. I know y'all sick of hearing us say it, but I swear, by the time 61 rolls around, we're going to get our ducks in a row, and the website will be launched because y'all keep asking us about these hats, and we keep failing y'all but not providing a means of purchasing the hats. Also, listen, if you got Cash App and you just want to send us $30 because the hats cost $30.
That's a fact.
Go to our Cash App, send us $30, email us your information, and we'll mail you one of these hats.
That's a fact.
So that's a fair trade until we get the website up.
Boom. Yeah.
Also, you hear this fire beat playing in the background. Produced by Sincere Beats.
So sincere.
He makes beats.
Holla at me.
You know what I mean? This beat is fire. If you're a rapper looking for beats and you know that you have to pay, don't hit us on Instagram asking for free beats. Okay? They come at a price. Everything has a price. And if you hear fire and quality like this from a meticulous producer like Sin, please be prepared to spend some type of currency in order to get on these beats.
It's gonna cost you.
You know what I'm saying? I think I've said everything I need to say. So, as always,
we are tonight's entertainment.
Okay, fellas. So, you know, we touched on the topic. I think we were one of the first people to really break down this whole relevant or irrelevant thing.
Yeah.
We cut into our own podcast on 59 to talk about Nas being relevant and or irrelevant, right? 21 Savage said what he said. Boozy said what he said. You guys covered that on the last live, right? Sure. A lot of people in the culture are talking about this particular statement by 21. Yes, they've made amends, but I found it interesting how, you know, it spawned so many opinions from people who are reputable, not just us potting, but like rappers who are in the game, legends. You know what I mean? Dipset had an opinion about it. Just recently on the Math Hoffa podcast, we see SP talking about this. So we're gonna go on the first side of the fence, Dipset. They said that they kind of understood, or they not understood, but like they felt like 21 Savage was misunderstood when he used the word irrelevant. I was surprised to see Dipset, staunch New Yorkers, saying Huh?
Throw bail?
A lot of bail. My God. So Sin, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Dipset defended 21 Savage?
Look, this might come out the wrong way, but if
Go on. Pause.
But if there's gonna be somebody from an earlier generation that might throw 21 some bail, it's probably gonna be someone from Dipset, if not the whole Dipset. Because Dipset kind of, they kind of played that game too, that relevance game, that gotta be hot out here game, that let's make more anthems, let's make sure that we stay in the club,
right.
You know what I mean? And until, their time kind of faded away. So, that's not how I feel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Again, like I said in the past, you throw around the word irrelevant so haphazardly, you're gonna get a reaction. You're gonna get, people upset. You're gonna ruffle feathers. You know what I mean? There's no respectful way of saying that a person is irrelevant. You know what I mean? But and let it not be lost that 21 was saying this about Nas, and here comes Dipset, who may or may not have had some issues with Nas back in the day.
I smack that Kofi off your head.
Like, yeah, I kind of get it. Nas is, I could feel him saying Nas is irrelevant. Come on, man. Like, so I mean, I see why Dipset would go that route. But I mean, me personally, I don't really respect it. So, but I see it.
Okay. Mace, talk to me, Mace. See, Mace is talking about me right now.
The ghost of Mace.
You out here, man.
Damn, you see phantom passes. He's not even there on the bench.
Assist
mode. Turnover.
Shout out to Macito. I think, like you said, if there is anyone that would have threw that term out, it might have been like classic Dipset back in the days, because they, like we discussed the word irrelevant. To them, the word irrelevant just means just not popping today. Like, can I go find you today? But even in that statement, 21 will be wrong, because Nas just came off a great run, Grammy Awards. Absolutely. So it really doesn't fit. But as far as the set, I totally understand why the set will come through and defend. Because the set was on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? They was kicking the doors, Bogart, we coming through. It just, the set had the culture and the stronghold. So I get where they coming from, man. But like you said, the word irrelevant, bro. It's a trigger word. There's not too many things you can say.
Bro.
It is, because it's a strike at the heart, and I can see why so many legendary rappers like a SP would come out and speak on that. Because at the end of the day, if Nas is irrelevant, then who the fuck is not irrelevant, bro? If like, what Styles P if Nas is irrelevant? You get what I'm saying? So I can see why he would jump out the window. Like, nah, like, we've been working on this shit since the 90s, bro. Y'all new niggas just got here. Let us eat, let us cook. We respect that y'all doing y'all thing, but don't denigrate what we doing, because at some point 21, you ain't gonna be 21. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
at some point you gonna be 41 Savage. And you gonna want the
41
young niggas
average.
You gonna want the young niggas to pay homage and give the respect for all the work you did. So do the same. And he turned around and did that. So shout out to 21, man.
But it's interesting because Styles is from the Nas era, the era from Nas, around the same time. You know what I mean? And then like Dipset was, I mean, Cam was sort of from that era too, but like the height of Dipset was like a generation removed. You know what I mean?
It's funny that you mentioned Cam. And I feel like this is why Cameron regularly kind of distances himself from Jim Jones and Jewels because of things like this. Regardless of if you thought 21 said something or whatever the case may be, you don't shoot bail. Yeah. Okay? We've been beating it over people's heads. There's no good way to say irrelevant. Just say you misspoke. Nas is not viral. You want to say he's not viral? Okay, all right. We can have that conversation.
He's not viral. Definitely. He's not in the clubs.
He's not in the clubs. Okay. But once you say relevant, that means that the people who support the act when his music drops, to the point that our show got a boost. Everybody with a podcast, every rap podcast got a boost.
The King's Disease was
when
infectious.
Nas dropped. an irrelevant rapper can't boost podcast business being irrelevant. Let's call it what it is, because we're a transparent podcast and we don't front. You know what I mean?
We got the wild stimulus package.
Come on now.
Listen.
Esco did right.
All right.
Yes.
So Dipset, I think they were on Adam 22 or one of these shows, and it's just like, bro, like, don't hold me to the Adam 22 part. But it was a podcast I don't watch. I saw the clip moving around. That's usually how I get my information. And I was so disappointed in them, because it's like, especially now when New York City is constantly under fire for being New York, we don't need you saying that.
New Yorkers.
You know what I mean? But then again, maybe are they relevant? Is Dipset, the brand? I think Jim Jones, the solo act, Lobby Boys, relevant. But Dipset, are they relevant?
I mean, Joel Santana's been all over the place doing interviews, so there has to be something there. He's everywhere doing interviews.
But here's the thing, like for them.
But when the music drops, what happens?
Right. Relevant.
True.
Relevant. And here's my problem with the term relevancy or being relevant is that you could be relevant for being on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
That's a fact.
On, reality shows, quote unquote.
TikToks and shit.
You know what I mean? That's not musically relevant. Your music ain't relevant, but you're just in front of the camera.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because
you're viral.
And you're on TV, and the only reason you're on that show probably is because the music career ain't really hitting like that no more. But I digress. So but that's my issue with this whole thing about relevant. It's like, regardless of what people are saying or where they're watching you or where they're consuming your content, whether it's TV or TikToks or, whatever, like, that's relevancy. But, like, that doesn't necessarily mean music relevancy. It just means, you're in front of a camera.
Right.
Popular.
So, you're popping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then SP comes around, and I felt like SP spoke for us. I love what he said about, in that moment, Drake, and I felt like one of us might have said that when we talked about it, even like, tap this man on his knee or his shoulder and say, bro, that's Nasir Jones. What are you doing here? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, I don't think we need to expound upon that. I just thought it was fly that SP is really unk now.
Yeah.
We listen to SP wanted to
Juices for life. Shout out to SP.
Spin blocks before that was even a phrase.
Gangsta and the Gentleman.
So seeing him be OG, not disrespect 21, not try to violate and become New York guy with the NY on in the Superman logo and shit. Just being like, bro, I like your music, I like you a lot, but you're bugging the fuck out. With all due respect, I love it. Now, before we move on to the next topic, I gotta talk about Lil Boosie. I missed out on that.
Talk about it.
And you know what I mean? I'm looking to the camera because I'm gonna come clean. Like later in this episode, we're gonna get into it. But I'm mad at the chat. I'm mad at my brothers. I'm mad at
what we do? What did I do?
Y'all had a great episode. That's what y'all did. And
we spoke facts. I don't know what you're talking.
Deanie specifically got me upset.
I bet.
Because he said that they don't play Jay-Z in parties. And I'm like, that's not true.
I covered that though.
Did you?
Yeah. I said they play. You might hear some old Hove spins, but we don't really hear no new Hove music in the spots. You might hear Do It Again. You might hear what's the shit with Pharrell? Give It to Me.
Yeah,
you might hear those, but I'm talking about, do we hear like?
It was too loud, Deanie. So I want to make this clear because I felt like y'all didn't touch on this particular angle of the conversation, and that's why we here to cover.
What did we miss?
Boosie made that statement, right? He goes to the club and it's 25 to 35. They don't play Jay-Z. They don't play Nas, whatever. Is Lil Boosie partying in New York? Is Lil Boosie partying in Philly or Boston? Is he going to the whatever Palooza or whatever outdoor event when a DJ has a set and he's spinning before the act goes on stage? Is Boosie at these events? Or is he somewhere in Tennessee? Or Memphis, Louisiana, Miami, Atlanta?
I think he said Atlanta.
You know what I'm saying?
Atlanta is a poppin' town.
And it's like, because of the internet, people make like everything so general, where regional shit still exists. If I go to a Cali party, I'm gonna hear mad Cali music. I go to Texas, same thing, Miami, Atlanta, whatever. If you go to a fucking New York party, the biggest city in the world with the most people, right? that DJ at a certain point, especially in the summer, any Palooza you go to in the summer, there's gonna be a Jay-Z set.
No question.
His songs from 20 years ago are still gonna ring off. It's still gonna get a reaction. It never fails. So this whole thing about he's not getting played in the club, who wants to hear 444 in the club? A Written Testimony in the club? God Did in the club? Is Nas making club music? No. I mean, Thun
a few songs
Thun would have rang off
joint.
in 98. Like, Thun is a club song in 98. You know what I mean?
Could have been.
Get Light could be a great day party.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's not aiming for that.
That's a fact.
These 50 plus or approaching 50 in Nas's case rappers are not aiming for the clubs with these songs. So to use the club in any region as a barometer is fucking stupid.
Dudes that's 50 years old.
And I was listening to you guys and I'm like, no one's saying it. So I'm going to say it. Using that as the metric is fucking stupid.
Well, at this stage.
At this stage, because they're not aiming for it.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
They're just making good music.
Certain artists make club records. Like, for instance, Honestly Nevermind came out, and to me, Honestly Nevermind revived strip club music, like popular strip club music. When I hear the first half of Broke Boys, all I envision is bitches shaking ass. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's her loss.
Her loss.
That's her
What did I
loss.
say?
Honestly, never
That's
mind.
your fault. That's your fault.
It's because you was listening to that in Turks and Caicos. I know you were. I know
I
you were.
deleted that album off my phone, bro. I fucking hate
Sex
that
Go
album.
Green. Massive.
No. No.
Not even Massive. Massive
No.
was aight.
The only song
That's
that
the
I
one-
like
21 is the
is
only
the
one that
joint
gets
with
played.
21.
Yes, sir.
Her Loss is an ass shaking ass album.
It's a great album,
It's a
bro.
great album. To me, if you said that you're not hearing 21 and Drake in the club, then that's a conversation to be had.
That's a
right.
fact.
But Jay-Z and Nas, man, fuck out of here, Boozy. And I love Boozy. But fuck out of here, bro. Like, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop making it cool for Southern niggas to disrespect New York niggas.
And it's always them, bro. It's always them. But let me play devil's
Go
advocate.
ahead.
Do you think that maybe this is a sort of some that came out of Jay making a career out of playing club music or making club music, and now that he's not making club music, now they're looking at him like,
No.
but he's not in the
No.
club. Like,
This is just another way to spin this relevance thing for people down south to say New York's not relevant because, again, they're still mad about how we treated them many
old days, yeah.
moons ago. It always, no matter how the South been running rap since 05, we still go back. Y'all treated us so bad in 94. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
it is 2022.
Y'all ain't
And
got
y'all
no
had
love for
this
the
shit for
South?
17 years, and you still telling me what some New Yorker niggas said. I was a child. I wasn't even old enough to slander the South. And you know what? It's another thing. It's funny. It's real funny. Because I miss talking to you guys. New York niggas get a lot of shit about, like, being New Yorkers and we started it and lyricism. But notice we never panned anything that was good. There's a lot of Southern songs that broke through right here in New York.
I was literally about to say, like, if I think back on that, because I got a few years
Talk about it.
on you guys. Outkast was ringing off
Hell yeah.
up here.
Yes, they were.
Ghetto Boy,
Hell yeah.
Scarface, ringing off up here.
Legendary
My playing Tricks on Me, like I was in middle school. That shit was everywhere, bro. Like when Outkast came out with Players Ball and Southern Playlistic and all that, that shit was running all over the airways.
It's a big deal.
Niggas are spitting right now.
And I don't think I watched the Source Awards in real time back then, because they weren't even televised at that
Nah.
point, were they? No. So like
You had to buy a tape for that shit.
I always saw that clip in retrospect, and I always wonder. I'm like, why did Andre feel that way? Why did Outkast feel such a slight from New York? Because from my recollection, me and everybody that I knew was fucking with Outkast.
Well, you gotta think about the crowd that was there that night.
There's a contingent.
You have a lot of alpha males in that audience in 19 whatever the fuck. They're not gonna rock with, you know what I mean? Think about, all right, boom. Let's take y'all into New York. Sin can speak to this. Even within New York, Outkast was making a certain kind of music, right? Think about the pushback Tribe got from a nigga who might have been listening to Wu-Tang.
That's a fact.
Or Lords of the Underground. It's always been a dichotomy between the backpack niggas and the street rap niggas. And that's what was happening for Outkast. And what made Outkast even worse was that they was from Southern. So you got all these hard-body New York niggas with their triple fat goose on and they Timbs. They not trying to hear that shit.
Southern niggas.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, New York always represented good shit. I was on the way to the studio right now. And the Youngbloods came on.
Oh, damn.
Not even a damn. It was a record before. I forget the name of the song now, but it was a record that went crazy before Damn. That made people pay attention. And it was like, I remember the Youngbloods ringing off in New York.
They had a few joints.
They were from Atlanta.
They had the shit with Elephant Man. They was on a few joints, bro. It was a big deal over here.
Okay.
A-Town stomping and shit.
Now, there's a lot of guys who came through the South. Jeezy ran New York.
Gooch.
I say it. Jeezy was at his peak. He was the hottest nigga in New York City.
I didn't get it back then. I didn't get it back then, bro. Because I was not a Gucci fan.
Down to the knees.
Yeah, like he really came.
That shit was in every hood, bro.
He had New York niggas like in a frenzy, and that was like my first time like really seeing like niggas gravitate
Jeezy
towards
was
Southern
really
niggas that way.
street nigga.
Yeah, he really had niggas in a frenzy.
So I say all of that to say, and I need our Southern fans to understand this. New York rap fans hate whack shit or something that mocks the culture. For instance, you watch that movie Brown Sugar, Ren and 10, them niggas. If you were rocking a big t-shirt and you were snapping, we had a problem with that, right?
Yeah.
But if you were a real nigga and you could rap and you had an accent, we did not care.
You, man.
We didn't care. We always had issues with the guys who made the mockery of the culture that we built. And that's the conversation, again, because the Rap Roundtable is usually first. That's the part of the conversation that's never been had. It's always regional shit, but we not really getting down to the crux of it. We have issues with bullshit rap, not good rap.
We got some watered down shit from out there. We did, especially considering how hard we were going at the time. We was going hard.
Watch me crank that Roy.
Yeah.
What?
Watch me you.
Nah, Soulja Boy is valid though.
But
then he opened the door for a lot of
there
bullshit.
You go. He's an innovator. But he innovated. He opened the door for a lot of fuck shit, like you said.
And for every other whack nigga, when Rich Boy dropped, throw some D's on it. We ran that shit.
That shit was a joint though. I ain't gonna.
Scarface was a legend in New York before he started messing around with the Rockefeller niggas. He was a ready-made man in New York.
When he was fucking with Hov, that was a different New York vibe, man.
Never seen a man cry till I seen a man die.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So classic, bro. The joint with Pac, Smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the shit with Nas. What was that? What was the name of that album?
Favor for a Favor.
There we go. So
that is a false narrative about New York rap fans that we're gonna dispel it. That's our 2023 goal. As we build towards the next New York bias, is to expose all the lies about New York rap fans. That is our next mission as a rap round.
That would be a crazy conversation.
Waxing poetic about
the South
rap.
Giving South love. We give the West love. We give outside regions love, man.
Not me.
Not me.
No, sir.
Well, look at this.
But you know what?
That
leads right into our next conversation. You know, SP made a comment during this whole 21 Diet Tribe where he was showing love, but still saying he showed love, but gave a little pop out. Like, it's not. It's not. It's Esco.
Right? Open.
He said that 21 Savage is not a lyricist, right?
Okay.
Sin in the group chat spoke about another rapper that we won't name. Don't ask, I'm not telling. Certain things are supposed to be, when we do the Patreon, we'll say whatever you want us to say. But until the Patreon happens, we're not giving you everything.
Y'all ain't shooting us.
And he said, rapper name deleted, it's not a lyricist.
Redacted.
So, my question to the Rap Roundtable is, what exactly is a lyricist? Dini, talk to me.
That's a full body statement, man. When you look in the Oxford Dictionary, it tells you that a lyricist is just someone who writes lyrics to a popular song. Mm-hmm. But we know in hip hop, that's not the criteria we go by. It's a lot of things, context. Man. To me, like to Dini, a lyricist, is someone who paints pictures with their words.
Got it.
Someone who they kind of force you to think when you listen to their music. They put you in a different vibe. The music takes you places. They can do things with words that the average rapper can't do. And by that metric, there aren't a lot of lyricists in the game of hip hop, Is 21 a lyricist? By the definition of a lyricist in the Oxford Dictionary, he is. But is he that to the hip hop community? What the fuck? Lyricist. Yeah. I might have to agree with SP. And mind you, 21, I'm loving what you've been doing. I love what you did with Nas. I love what you did with I love what you did with Metro on the last album. And I love what you did with the Drake Her Loss thing. But I mean, I just have to agree with SP.
Dini started copping some please.
Dini.
No, it's not a copy
Dini,
plea.
did you even make a statement?
I did.
I don't know.
Stand your ground,
I
brother.
said he's not a lyricist by terms of lyricism.
Okay.
But
No, fuck that. No.
Fuck the butt.
Is he a lyricist? Yes or no?
But the music has been exceptional. I ain't gonna hold you. I said no. No! But the music has been great. I ain't gonna hold you. This is probably the most lyrical 21 I've gotten in a long time.
You know what? But hold on, Sid. Do you believe the rumors that they said that Drake helped him with his pen for that album?
No.
Nah, you think that was all 21?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like he was spitting fucking science. It was just good music, bro.
All right. So, but fuck 21. Nah, not that in that way, but like we're moving on because that's how Esso got jammed up. I love 21 Savage. What I mean is we're moving on from 21. Generally a lyricist. What is that? Is it a lyrical smirical guy? Is it a storyteller? Is it a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
I would say it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay.
People consider Hove a party rapper, but to me, Hove is one of hip hop's greatest lyricists.
We're gonna talk about that.
I know we are. I know we are.
Yeah, I mean, Sin, talk to me, bro.
I think Dini hit it right on the head. Pause. With what he said, a lyricist, they paint pictures with their words, man. That's how I always that's how I've always like looked at a lyricist. Like, yo, can he when he writes the bar, when she could be she too, when they write the bars, what are they trying to evoke? Are they trying to like touch upon an experience, like a human experience?
Right.
Are they telling me a story? Are they dropping jewels? You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, a lyricist, first and foremost, takes pride in their lyrics and their bars before anything else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like you have certain artists, and we've had certain artists over the years, over the decades, that they'll be like, well, you know what I mean? Like the bars don't matter as long as it rings off on the radio, as long as it hits in the club. And there's always a place and a time for all that. But a lyricist will be like, it could ring off on the radio and it could play well in the club. But first and foremost, let's make sure that the bars are fire, right? Let's make sure that the bars are elite.
Okay.
They hit, you know what I mean? It could be wordplay, it could be by wordplay, it could be by hitting different pockets and switching different flows. It could be a lyrical schmirical type of dude too, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And I think this is where a lot of people get it fucked up.
Right.
Like they only look at they look at a Chino XL or a Cannabis or a Royce of 5'9". They're lyricists, but they're not the only type of lyricists out there. You know what I mean? I'll give you a case in point. I remember the first time I heard Warning by Biggie, and when he said, there's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing if my burglar alarm starts ringing.
That's bars.
I knew he was different from that moment on, because a regular dude will just tell you, yo, they coming to rob me, I'm a flame niggas. You know what I mean? I'm letting the thing crack. You know what I mean? But he went the wordplay route. You know what I mean? He found an inventive way of saying the same thing, but creating a rhyme scheme. You know what I mean? And I think at the end of the day, the thing that separates lyricists from all other rappers is imagination.
Yep.
How imaginative can you be with your word choices, with how you construct your bars, with what flows you hit, what pockets you hit. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rappers. Not everybody could be a lyricist. And 21 Savage, sorry, I'm sorry, but you hit the same flow every time, the same pocket every time with your one syllable rhymes. You know what I mean? It's a little simplistic.
So before I had one point that I was gonna follow up with, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate now. Dina, you led this segment off by saying that, you think a lyricist paints pictures, right? When you listen to 21, he's taking you to Atlanta. He's taking you there. He's taking you to the streets. He's letting you know how, kill or be killed energy.
I can acknowledge that. But
is that not painting a picture?
All right, maybe there is, but there's levels in the sense you just said the warning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you think all the guns is for? All-purpose war got the Rottweilers by the door.
Right.
And I feed them gunpowder so they can devour the criminals trying to drop my decimals. Damn. Like, I'm in a story, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the story. I can close my eyes and envision that entire scene. I can see the dogs by the fucking hallway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get that from 21?
He dropped you right in the midst of the fuck shit.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Like, he literally painted it for me. I don't know. That's science to me.
And another, I love this episode. We're having a blast. This is why what you just laid out with Big, Sin, what you just laid out with Big is why, as much as we are becoming angry old heads, I always say that what we heard was the best shit. We already heard, to me, in my opinion, we already heard the peak of dope rap.
We were spoiled.
Because there was so many niggas that a guy like a Fabulous could get lost in the shuffle, even though he's one of the dopest ever.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you listen to rap today, who's doing that? Nobody. To Sin's point, when he first referenced Big, it goes back to a lot of times of where we talked about guys who get away with just getting their flow off. They can flow you to death, but then when you parse the lyrics, it's like, what is he talking about? Right. The flow sounds good, his pocket work is immaculate, but what is he really saying? This is what we're talking about when we say lyricism. For me, like a lyricist and like the Jay-Z of it all, because I see like that's a trigger topic. A lot of people say Jay-Z's not a lyricist. And I'm like, when did Jay-Z become Drake? And it's like,
damn it, man.
I'm sorry.
Yo, that almost flew right past me.
Wow, bro.
Ouch.
That's crazy, bro.
A lot of people do consider him the old Drake. They think he just literally made party records.
Of course. And it's like, again, and I feel like we're fighting an uphill battle when it comes to Jay-Z as far as it's a constant battle of revisionist history when it comes to lyricism. Bro, the reason why Reasonable Doubt didn't take off was because they always said that it was over people's heads. Right. In what way?
The lyricism on that album.
Oh, okay, man. Because what other reason is there?
Right.
Subject matter.
My flesh, no nigga could test. My soul is possessed by the evils in the forms of diamonds and Lexuses. The Exorcist got me doing sticks like homie. You don't know me, but the whole world owe me strip.
Come on,
I'm live in the middle of this nigga whose back is against the wall. The world's against the nigga. I'm seeing that, bro.
Volume 1 got appreciated more once we got a little bit older. Yeah. Because the bars were fucking ridiculous,
man.
So it's like this whole argument about Jay-Z not being a lyricist, and it's like, you guys are so absolute, and I'm talking to y'all in the chat and everyone else on the internet, because y'all can cut. Matter of fact, I need y'all to start doing that too. Start cutting these segments and throw it on your social medias so people can argue with y'all or argue with us. Argue with y'all at Jason Lee. Argue with us at Jason Lee by arguing with y'all. And it's like, yes, Jay-Z made singles that's supposed to ring off, right?
As he should.
But when you put the album on, when was he never a barsmith?
Even in the party records, bro, Jay was barring niggas to death.
Do it again. As time has moved along, has become one of the most underrated verses. No one talks about that.
You think so? Night, when I heard it in the spot, and I hit the group chat immediately. I was like, yo, not for nothing. Like back in the day, we used to fucking, dance or whatever, rub up on some cheeks.
We're shaking our shoulders,
on the dance floor when Do It Again came on, but like. Listening to it now, like 20 years later,
Walk the fuck out on that.
Plus years later,
Cool
I'm listening to his flow work, his pocket work. I'm listening to the wordplay. I'm listening to the wittiness. I'm like, this verse, nobody ever talks about this verse.
Ever.
You got no flow, that's cool with me.
And you know what? And it's like, I appreciate Sin for saying that, because I felt that way for like the last 5 years. When I go through my Jay-Z binges, I go to Do It Again, because it's like, everyone always remembers Beans for it. Beans bugged out.
He did.
Beans black. Yes.
He did.
Beanie Siegel, Mace, I wish you were here, because when you said it in the chat, it hurt my feelings. But it was like, you know, on Dynasty, Beans might have out-rapped Jay-Z. I can admit that. I'm an adult. He might have cooked Jay on the Dynasty.
Might have.
He might have.
It's not a guarantee.
You know what I'm saying? But on Volume 3, that verse. And the thing about Jay that y'all, because I'm holding y'all accountable, did album for album, year by year, was Jay-Z took you back to New York City in real time. Pre-billionaire Jay-Z was a street nigga who was rich. And that's the part of the narrative that never gets talked about. Up until Black Album, he was very much plugged into New York City. And every verse that he talked about he was talking about shit that was happening in real time. Like the Do It Again verse was what was going on in New York rap in real time. SP was when Math asked SP like, yo, what started the beef? You know what I mean? Who started the Locks and Rockefeller beef? I want to blame Jay-Z. 3 cuts in your eyebrow trying to wild out. That was Hove. Who was the hottest thing on the streets trying to get off Bad Boy when that verse dropped? The Locks.
LOX.
Right?
Going through their publishing issues. The shiny suit man.
Bro, every verse, Hove might not have done what Nas did or what Big did as far as like taking you into a 3-dimensional story where I can drop Deanie right here and you're standing next to me as I narrate what's going on. But Jay let you know what was going on in the city in real time. If that's not lyricism, I don't know what is.
Painting pictures.
Lloyd Banks is a lyricist.
No question.
But it's like, that's the question I want to ask to Sin. There's guys who are good with words, like a Lloyd Banks, a Pat Poose, Chino XL, to your point.
Yeah.
Not saying that they are, but like, what separates them from being nice lyricists and niggas who are just, air quote, shout out to Coop, word salad niggas?
Ooh. Word salad. I mean, I feel that, I mean, in all honesty, like some guys might just be on the word salad side of things because that's what they feel is the most important part of MCing is just how many words can I make rhyme?
Right.
And then like
is that
that's
lyricism?
it. And that's it. It's a form of it, but you could also, I mean, if you only focus on that one aspect of it, then you're not, in the long run, you're not going to be successful because there has to be more substance to it. You know what I mean? Case in point, you know, I really don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to.
Do it.
I know where you're going.
And, you know, whoever's going to be mad at me, y'all can be mad at me.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
But it's been a good long time since Eminem really gave us something that feels like substance. A lot of it just feels like word salad.
I looked at Jarv and said, somewhere you're going to throw in the door hinge orange thing. And you're going to make that stick,
because they like, you know, certain artists, certain rappers just become obsessed with
Rhyming.
Just rhyming, just the one aspect of making as many words possible rhyme, and it's impressive. But when you're making music, when I'm gonna throw your music on, I want to be impressed. But beyond that first impression of being like, oh man, like he's rhyming mad multi-syllables. Beyond that, what else are you saying?
So you saying that like we're at the rap round table telling no fables with pod bars that stick to your navel is not not lyricism?
Again, so look, I'm not saying it's not lyricism. It's an example of it. It's a form of it. And like I said earlier, like imagination goes a long way. So I always respected. And the first time I heard Eminem, I was like, "Yo, he's really imaginative."
He was fine.
Yeah,
with his bars.
He painted the pictures.
But then over the long run, it's like, you know, like maybe having to do with where he's at in his life, and you know, he's not in the same areas. He's not going through the same experiences,
expectations too.
You know what I mean? But like at a certain point, a lot of it just felt hollow. A lot of it just felt like you're just rhyming words for the sake of rhyming words. And when you first came in the game, yeah, we were impressed by that. But at this point, we see what Nas is doing.
Right.
We see what Jay is doing. You know what I mean? We see what veteran MCs are doing in terms of, you know, talking about life experiences and what they've been through and you know, how they made amends with like past beefs and all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can still talk about. And I don't know, Eminem just, I feel like he's still stuck on the orange door hinge gimmick. And it's just like, where else are you gonna take me, bro? Like,
well, it depends on how you look at it, because it's kind of like sports, you know. Like if you're coming in the league and you think that the thing that everybody wants is for you to shoot a 3-point shot, you're gonna perfect the 3-point shot. You might not perfect your handle, you might not perfect your speed, you might not perfect your ability to get to the basket. All you just know how to do is shoot threes, and that might be what some people are raised on, just thinking that all I gotta do is be, you know, the door with the hat, the court at the flat, the board at the bat, like, and that's a part of the game, and that's nice. But they don't think it's a recipe where you have to add a bunch of other things to make it flavorful.
To speak on that analogy, I feel like a lyricist that's only focused on making the most possible words rhyme is like a dude with a nice handle, but then, you know, let's say you cross somebody over, but you don't get the basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you know, you cross somebody over,
you don't finish.
Pass it off. You don't finish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it's a lot of showboating, but where's the actual results? Where's the bucket? Where's the 2
And without
points?
the bucket, it
You know
don't
what I mean?
stick. So.
All right, so now my last question on this topic. You talked about Eminem. You made the good point about like rhyming just a second ago. You telling me that the guy who can rhyme the most words is not lyrical? He's not a lyricist? If he can find a way to rhyme table mad times, he's not a lyricist, or phone or hat mad times.
I guess in the
that's
sense,
the argument.
He is a lyricist, but he's just a lyricist that we don't care to hear. If that,
It's a what?
What's the difference between lyricism and making good music?
Well, there's not necessarily a difference.
Well, talk to me, Sid.
You know what I mean? You gotta find the overlap in the Venn diagram.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I said, like to go back to my original point, a lyricist to me, their first order of business is, let me make sure these bars are constructed properly, and let me make sure that they hit. Let me make sure they're imaginative. Let me make sure that when I spit this to a fellow peer lyricist, they're gonna be like, oh shit, you went off on that. You know what I mean? But then how do you intermingle that with, making something that's musically rich, that's musically dynamic, or possibly something that can, play on the radio or play in the club. You know what I mean? Perfect example is If I Ruled the World. You know what I mean? Nas barred that up, dropped mad jewels.
Facts.
But, was a radio hit. I'll still hear it at parties. People still react to it. You know
still
what I mean?
a hit.
So there's got to be a combination.
Still relevant.
Yeah. Whenever that you hear it, it invokes something. And once you hear that low and woo, it just takes you somewhere.
You know what I mean?
Man.
So
DJs make that part of their set.
It's a vibe, man.
But yeah, it's got to be a combination of things. You know what I mean? I don't want to slander Chino XL, but like, you know what I mean? Chino XL,
Tell the truth.
his whole thing was just barring everything to death. I'm pouring the shit to death. But where's he at?
To me, like, you know what, I agree with Sin. I think that's where Sin and I always connected. Like, an elite lyricist is the guy who can rhyme the most while being super clever, witty, hit the right pockets, have a great ear for beats, just do it all and still entertain you. He was the complete package. To me, that is the upper echelon of great lyricists. And a lot of guys didn't get there. But so again, I stepped away for a couple of days. I had my toes in the sand. The sunlight was hitting. The plane ride was a little shaky. The pilot literally landed sideways. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what was going on. But nevertheless, I tuned in from the hibachi table. See my guys already clapping at me, talking about honestly never mind, Sin. You know what I mean? then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna tap in now because I'm away. I'm gonna let these guys cook, and I'll listen to it when I get back to Brooklyn. So I listened to the episode during my commute to work and my commute back, and I found myself arguing with niggas who recorded the show already, and
That sounds like a you problem, bro. You should have been.
I can only imagine.
And it's like, I'm not gonna comment on everything. Like, I think my biggest issue is I feel betrayed by the Rap Roundtable. I feel betrayed by the chat because the one episode I missed, y'all decide to all put y'all black Timbs on and your black Uptowns on, and y'all all decide that, you know what, Jarv's not here. So let's jump Jay-Z while Jarv is not here with this cape on to defend his favorite rapper.
Jumping is a strong word.
You guys jumped Jay-Z. First, we had Mace talking about there's a Jay-Z graduate program that people age out of, apparently.
Oh, wow.
You know, have you aged out of Is it not relevant?
Yeah,
he's calling Hov irrelevant too.
Macito.
I'll keep it a buck. I was a little surprised by Mace.
Whoa.
It was a little shocking. Macito.
I was surprised by me. Because
you was like, get the fuck out of here.
I knew what I came there for.
You know what I mean?
I knew what I was there for.
When I heard Mace say that thing and whatever the case may be, I immediately.
The fuck are you talking about?
Immediately. It's like the one time I'm not here, y'all all decide that this is what we're gonna do. Then I'm reading, because thing is, I watched the episode. I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch the episode as if I was on the show, and I'm gonna look at the live chat. And I looked at all of y'all strap up your Timbs and your black Uptowns, and y'all said, you know what, Jarv, you on vacation? We got one. Yeah,
we got one.
Y'all took the Montclazy off. Y'all went in Hope's pockets. Y'all robbed him.
Fight back.
You gave him a wedgie.
You love Hope.
And then Sin decides to bring up Ether on Jay-Z's birthday for shits and giggles.
Not for shits and giggles. It's because
diss record of all time. The Diddy, the fakest Jay-Z fan
I knew it was
of all
coming.
time.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, Ether, because it's a verb now. You get Ether, right? Right?
It's factual though.
Oh my God.
You didn't lie.
It's the truth, brother.
Somehow or the other, Takeover don't even hit like that no more.
Have you listened to it recently?
You know what I'm saying?
Listen to Ether back behind it.
It's not like Ether dropped in like April or May. Ether dropped on December 4th.
You know what I'm saying? I just felt
relevant.
like you guys said, oh shit, Jarv is not here. Let's wild the fuck out. I am betrayed.
You'll be all right, man.
I feel attacked.
You'll be all right.
You in the chat.
Jay will be all right, too.
All of y'all violated
cool.
while I was on vacation.
Violated is a strong word.
I almost didn't come to the studio tonight.
When I see you in the chat, I was like, it's finna get vivid.
No. I only pulled up in the chat at the top of the episode to show y'all love.
Love it, brother.
I was literally at the hibachi table. The chef wasn't very good, but I was at the hibachi table, and I said, you know, my brothers are on. Let me just throw a little, yo, what's good? You know what I mean?
Love it.
I'm like Braun with the suit on and shit. Yo, go get him. Do a lot of little special handshakes before the game. But then only to get the Gatorade bath unsuspectedly at halftime. Fuck Jay-Z, huh? Yeah. Ron Browse. What the fuck, Jay? Oh, it's Tupac sample, right?
Oh, man.
It's Tupac sample. Yeah. Huh?
Little Biggie shots, yeah.
Then Mad Max. I got some.
Shout out to Mad Max.
Mad Max, empty in the
Love
clip.
You, what'd he say?
I could not believe what I was hearing and seeing in the super chats.
Yeah, they was coming in. Shout out to y'all.
In the super chats.
Shout out to y'all.
Wow.
It was a good conversation.
Wow, guys.
We had a good time.
It was a good time.
I'm telling y'all right now, before we go to the next time.
We're here for a good time, Jarv. Not a long time.
I'm getting my fucking cape. I'm going to Classic Materials website. I'm buying the hoodie.
Whoa. Shout out to Lowe's.
And the cape will be on. Coming. I'm literally going to wear a fucking cape for all of y'all niggas. I got putting cases on every last one of y'all. Every last one of y'all.
Bay, nigga. Shoe program,
It's one fucking episode, and y'all just wild out on Jay-Z. Cases on everybody. And Walter, just for being here. Walter got a case too.
Walter, you in a good vibe, man. You in a Don't worry about that, Walter. You in a good vibe, baby.
Wow.
Walter was nowhere to be found, man.
Oh well.
He was chilling out. He was chilling.
Wow, guys, I am betrayed.
Jarv,
Wow.
We implore you.
Where's Kendrick at? Because my feelings were hurt.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So now that I've got that out of my system, you know, we there was a whole thing about, we've been talking about it, I would say about the second half of the year, about streaming and the stats and the numbers looking a little funny.
Nasty.
Then Nas drops, and I felt like he was lit, super lit. King's Disease 3. Then the numbers come out, and it's like, huh?
Yeah.
Game drop, super lit, viral, and the numbers come out, 25K.
Dookie.
What was it? Freddie Gibbs drops, super lit. The numbers come out.
Right?
So I think around 25-ish or something like that.
25, 30.
So I was a little confused, but then Drake drops and it's 400,000. Wait, time out. I'm confused. You know what I mean? I know Drake is a megastar, but 400K to 27K, there's too much niggas talking about these rappers for the numbers to be as what they were.
Mm-hmm.
So Mace dropped something in the chat that kind of upset me at first, because it's like, bro, we talked about this on the pod. He didn't say anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then he gave us a breakdown of how the rap game works as far as sales and streams, and you know what I mean? So although he's not here, he made sure to record this so that the Rap Roundtable family, the chat, and the guys can be informed. So Macito, voice of the young people, tap in with us.
Hey, it's your boy Macito, voice of the young people, on an episode 60 check-in. You know, we decided that today we needed to give y'all a comprehensive sales and streaming breakdown. Help y'all understand it a little bit better, because I know sometimes it get a little muddy. All of the information is not all the way out there. So this is a couple things that you need to know for a fact. Now, check this out. When it comes to sales, these are the actual numbers. So when it comes to streaming, in order for one sale, what you need is 1,250 premium subscription streams, right? So that's if you got a sub to Spotify, the actual sub with no ads. You want to talk about Apple Music, you want to talk about Tidal. 1,250 of those are equal to one sale. Now, if you don't actually have a subscription, you're using a free service, it's going to take 3,750 of those to equal one sale. That's 3,750. That's the same thing for video. So if you're on YouTube, you know, maybe another popular video hosting, you know, site, and you watch the official video or listen to the official audio, it's going to take 3,750 of those streams to equal one sale. Okay?
Wow. Damn. So again, I gotta ask chat. I hope y'all tapped into that. Make sure you put your thumbs up if you heard what Mace had to say on that real quick. Who decided this number? Like, I'm confused.
First of all, I already have like a major issue with if a listener is not subscribed. First of all. Word. If a listener is not subscribed to the platform, then it hurts the artist.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So if I get a free stream, it don't count?
Bro, like, how does that make sense at all?
It doesn't.
It forces you to download these fucking sites. And that's
but it's like the platforms are holding the artist hostage.
It devalues the art, doesn't it?
That's crazy. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Like, I've heard how, like, you know, you got to get like a certain amount for it to equal one sale or whatever. But the fact that, like, you got to spend it more, like, you got to spend it like 3 times as many times if you're not subscribing to Spotify or whatever to get the same equivalent sale for the artist.
Well, but my thing is this, right?
Get your shit together out there,
Let's go back
man.
in time.
Fuck.
Didi goes to what A&M or what's the name? What was it? Virgin Megastore.
Right.
He buys Sin's single. Just buys the single.
That was $2 back in the day.
$2. That's one sale. How the fuck is, if I spin your song 3,000 whatever the fuck times equal to one sale?
No, but check this. If the single was 99 cents or $3 or $5, a sale is a sale.
Right.
A unit is a unit.
Boom.
So, like, if let's say there's an album that's $10, there's an album that's $15, there's another album that's $20. You know what I mean? People fork over the money it's the store that's taking a hit, like from $20 to $10.
Right.
But the sale is the sale. The unit is the unit. So like, where do these platforms get off?
That moolah, man.
But who decides that X amount of spins equals one sale? Was there a study done that says Walter has to play this song 1,000 times for it to be one sale? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
If I've got Apple Music and Dini, Jarv, or synthesize that I want to play this song, that should be a sale. I bought the single.
But if it works, 1,500 spins equals one album, right?
I think he said 1,250.
1,250. So if they had to pay you for as if that was 1,250 albums, the people who run this shit would be getting jerked out of their money. So you think the people who run it is gonna get jerked out of their money, or they gonna jerk you out of your money?
We gotta revamp the system. So there's more. We gotta Mace did this in 4 segments to let it breathe, as opposed to just beating you over the head with mad information. So here's the second one.
And so that's where the radio hustle comes in. So don't think that radio is not important anymore. That's what they want you to believe. But the radio still holds a valid place in sales and streaming because, okay, so listen, let's say, you listening to the Breakfast Club. It's, all over the country. That's what you listen to in the morning. You listening to DJ Envy, spin on the 1s and 2s. So when he plays a song, let's say if the Breakfast Club has, give or take, 500,000 listeners in the morning. If DJ Envy is playing your songs, that will then count for 500,000 streams of each song that you do. So while the radio importance is dwindling, it's still a way to, for record labels to make sure that a certain artist gets a certain amount of streams.
Shit, it's given the game is rigged. Diddy, talk to me.
I heard that right. So if a radio DJ spins it, it's 500 streams automatically?
So he's saying, let's say now, if the Breakfast Club has 500,000 listeners, and DJ Envy spins your record, that counts as 500,000 streams based on their audience.
That's weird how the money works like that. But the spins
that means
like
500,000 niggas heard your song at that time. So that counts as 500,000 streams. But if you fudge the number so bad, the impact of 500,000 streams don't hit the same.
And where's the money come from with the 500,000 spins on the? Am I getting that in cash because they listen to my shit on the radio?
Streams have a dollar value.
Yeah, no, it's definitely given. Shit is rigged.
So, is there a way to calculate what the money would be after 500,000 niggas listen to my shit?
Yes, because back to what he said at first about 1,250, right? A unit has a dollar amount attached to it. So if you get 1,250, 1 unit sold. Mm-hmm. Whatever the cost of 1 unit is the price that you get paid.
So you're basically dividing that by the 500,000.
Let's throw a number out there. Let's say 1 unit is $5. Mm-hmm. You got 1,250 spins. You got $5 right there. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing a number out there. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Next one.
Niggas need to go back to getting them out the trunk, man.
Shit. We gonna listen. I got takes.
And so that's where we get into playlisting, which a lot of people in the industry will tell you is the new radio. You know which ones I'm talking about. You got Apple Music. You probably see the Rap Life up there. If you on Spotify, you probably got that Rap Caviar, which everybody knows is the top playlist in the game.
That was my fault,
that's where we get into playlisting, which a lot of people in the industry will tell you is the new radio. You know which ones I'm talking about. You got Apple Music. You probably see the Rap Life up there. If you on Spotify, you probably got that Rap Caviar, which everybody knows is the top playlist in the game. Run by Carl Cherry, who used to have E-Rose spot at Apple. That's right. Put it together. It's all a game. It's still a game out here. So when you talk about playlisting, let's say if you're an independent artist like, say, a Nas or a Tory Lanez, you might go up there and look on your local rap playlist. You might see a couple songs up there. Maybe the hottest songs off the album that the fans have driven the streams up on. But when you're looking at maybe a Drake or a 21 Savage, the whole album is sitting there on the playlist. So while it seems innocent and while a lot of people make it make themselves think that they're able to, have their own choices, those playlists are what everybody jumps to. And that's another easy way and another slick way that, the record labels that are in with the streaming services can drive up those streams that they swear to you are real, but, the more you analyze it, the more you see it's just really a game.
Shit. You know what? And it's like, I never thought of it that way. I never, personally, and this is my own ignorance, I never knew the impact of the playlist until maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. I never gave a fuck. I went and I have Apple Music. I download the album. I listen to it. I'm happy. I don't care about a playlist.
Right. That's a fact.
But then May's talking about that, about like how I keep saying honestly, never mind. Her Loss can have like 90% of the album on a playlist. Of course, the numbers are going to be juiced to 427K first week, because if the common person now, because of the microwave culture we've talked about, they're not going to go listen to the album. They want everything in front of them. They're going to go to the playlist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And if I play the playlist and Honestly Never Mind has almost a whole album on there, every time I run that playlist, I'm running the streams up.
Heavy.
They're going to win. Meanwhile, hypothetically, a Thun, does it get on the playlist? I don't know.
It's amazing.
Right? If it's not on that playlist, how can the numbers get ran up?
The hustle's crazy, bro. This is a crazy hustle.
I'm more shocked by the radio aspect. You know what I mean? Like the playlist, I wasn't privy to all the details of the playlist and how that works out either. But at you know what I mean? Like at least with that, it's like it's something that is on a platform where somebody will open up Apple Music or somebody will open up Spotify and they will tap onto the playlist. You know what I mean? If something's on the radio, and so based off of how well the radio show has promoted themselves, right? Then when they play something, all of a sudden that's just like this astronomical boost in sales.
Yeah,
because
a lot of people are listening
because
the
radio decided to play that to me while I'm brushing my teeth in the morning.
Which goes back to this whole thing about Flex playing certain guys or not playing certain guys.
How it affects everything.
Because in our ignorance, we didn't realize that radio is connected to the stream game. So if Flex decides he's not playing Griselda, the streams can't run up.
We just thought niggas wanted more airplay.
Right. When in reality, if you played the record and you stand next to this record,
fucking the money up. Heavy.
Boom.
Damn it, man.
That's crazy.
Where's Kendrick at? Okay.
So the DJs really do still matter.
Wow.
Heavy.
But not in the way they were meant to matter. They're part of the machine.
Crazy.
Yeah. They were supposed to break records, not
boost streams.
Not boost streams. Like,
it's all a hustle, man.
So
everybody's in on it.
We got one more from Mace.
And so when you want to think about the ways that the rules have changed, you think about the rule change that Drake recently mentioned. So, once upon a time when, you could have like a multi-platinum song that you released in the middle of the year. And so when you drop your album at the end of the year, you'll be able to throw that on there, automatic platinum. I know we all remember when French Montana pulled that with Unforgettable.
All the time.
So the rule change is, basically Drake mentioned it because he was able to benefit from it on Hotline Bling with views, which sold over 1 million the first week. So now you're not able to do that, So if you have a song that's super popular, got a bunch of streams, like let's say a Glorilla F&F most recently, you can't just add that and it add to your songs anymore. So only the streams from within that week will count towards your full project. So, no more cheating, no more throwing an old song on your joint to try to drive the streams up. They've pretty much gotten rid of that. And so another rule change, which I'll speak about more further in the young rap section, A Boogie mentioned that now streaming services are discussing to change the amount from those 1,250 streams to 3,000 streams to count for a sale. But we won't say that's official. I can't find any verifiable information to say that. So the fellas will break it down further to y'all. But that's the information you need to know in order to really be able to analyze how streams and sales are affected these days. I'm going to check with y'all. It's your boy Macito.
So now they want to raise the number potentially?
Double. Damn.
More than double, gang.
Oh, 2 to 12, yeah. Damn.
No.
Wow.
Let's go back to CDs, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Can we stay there for a second?
Wow. That's crazy.
I've reached a space now, based on the stream shit, where I'm going back in time to my first iPhone. Or my second. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I've been Team iPhone. When Apple Music was established, and I thought how awesome this was. I pay $10 a month, and I get everything.
Right.
That might have been the worst thing that happened to artists.
Yeah.
I think every new artist now, we should have to buy their albums. Even if you're streaming it, or playing it on your phone. Not streaming it, playing it on your phone. I need to have to pay $10 for every new album. Or I have to wait 6 months to access. That's my plan. I gotta wait 6 months to access the album via Apple Music. So either you wait 6 months or you pay the $10 right away to buy the album.
If you really
that's a unit.
It won't be a problem.
Listen, so there's artists that I know of that we got platforms like Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm.
They'll release it on Bandcamp first so that the real supporters will go to Bandcamp and purchase it outright, and then maybe a week or two later, then they'll release it to the streaming services. I don't know. I think 6 months is a bit much, but I could fuck with that idea. Or if you don't subscribe, you purchase the full price. If you do subscribe to the platform, maybe you get a little discounted price, but you still pay up price. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like 3 weeks or something. 6 months is heavy.
And
well, my thing is, if you really fuck with the artist,
you'll do it.
Will it matter?
Yeah,
Right.
That's true. That's a fact.
But my other thing in terms of streaming platforms, and I've said this in the past, I'm sure, as a consumer, as a listener, bro, if I want to go listen to The Chronic, I can't go listen to The Chronic right now because Snoop Dogg decided, rightfully so, he's like, yo, like these platforms is jerking us, like I'm gonna just take this shit down, and then he might have plans to make his own streaming service or make it available somewhere, but he could just sit on that shit for as long as he fucking feels like it, because I'm sure he's not strapped for money, so he could just hold on to that shit for as long as he feels like. And now people in the streaming listeners and consumers don't have The Chronic, don't have Doggy Style, don't have Wild Classics.
Right. Mm-hmm. Let me take it a step further, because being that Nas just dropped, I remember like in my youth, or like let's say Stillmatic era through Lost Tapes, etc. Nas was never a guy who you could argue like he flopped when first week became a thing. Nas is a star. That's always been my argument. I'd say he's a megastar. And when he dropped, the numbers kind of reflected his stardom. But if you're telling me, Sin, or Dini, or Mace, that 1,250 spins equals one sale. Let's say now, back in the day, if he did 113, throw a random number out there, 113 first week, 113K. If each individual person of that 113K spun that album, right, it doesn't have the same impact as buying the album 113K times. Because if you divide 113 by 1,250, that's your number.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Individually, 113,000 people spun Nas's album, but because of that 1,250, that means that the number is completely depressed.
Different, bro.
That's fucking wild.
Math ain't mathin', bro.
It's not. Because we would have spent the $10, $15, and $20 to buy the album anyway.
It's a fact. And and we don't know how many individual fans
That's
really
the number.
went
divided 113 divided by the 113K divided by the 1250.
So, Dini on his phone, 90.4 streams. That counts as a one unit. So 90.4 units count.
Bruh,
that's fucking nuts.
Insane. Niggas is getting swindled out here, bro.
It's a racket, bro.
But
I'm telling you.
if we were just buying albums, the same 113,000 people would have counted towards that as one person.
Even if you
one
sold
unit.
that shit for $5, man,
Right.
you still recoup a lot more money than you would if you're doing it the way this shit is consistently.
Back in the
currently
day,
going.
if you went platinum, that was $10 million
Damn
back
it.
towards the label, right?
Or if you was independent with like Koch or something like that back in the
Boom.
days, you see mad money off
Mad
your album
bread.
sales. It's a different game. Damn it, man.
Now I understand why a lot of artists are mad at labels. Like, as we get more information about streaming, it's like, wow, bro.
See what Meek Mill said the other day? Nigga said, I'm about to just put my shit out right out the trunk, man. Because this shit is just, nigga said I made $11 million off all the music I've made or some shit like that.
Remember how they used to say the rap game was like the crack game? Imagine you move bad units of crack and they tell you that it's only worth one.
I mean, you gotta pay your re-up. You gotta do your thing.
You gotta sell quintuple the amounts of crack to get.
Yo, I
mean?
moved all the red tops.
all the
You
purple
telling
tops.
me I only moved 5?
all the black tops. God damn it.
Oh my God. Next
Outta
segment. Let's move on. Let's move on, bro. So back before we came to the studio, we were at another studio that we did an
Remain
episode,
nameless.
right,
Little janky.
called Legends, Titans, and Gods, right? Matter of fact, chat, I got 2 jobs for y'all because I meant to talk about it earlier. In the chat, tell us what you think a lyricist is in your opinion, if you haven't done so already. And 2, go back to episode 23 and tap in with Legends, Titans, and Gods. On that episode 23, we talked about, we made a comprehensive list of who we thought were the greatest producers of all time. So Sin said, yo, we should spin back because Metro Boomin just dropped the album. And he remembered that I fought hard for Metro on that album.
Word.
And I listened to this Metro album, Deanie. Mace, I wish you were here. And I gotta tell you, I don't know how to feel about this Metro album.
Interesting.
I don't think it's fire at all.
Oof.
What?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't-
Super wow.
I don't think it's fire at all.
That's
What?
crazy.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
I'm
bro.
shocked.
And it's because I'm not sure if, you know what it is? I came in there expecting it to be the trappiest of the trap. And the 808s are ridiculous, Sam. Did you hear the album?
I did.
It's to the point that
tried to
the
get-
808s are drowning out the lyrics. That's how ridiculous the 808s are on that album. And it's like, do you want to be a trap? It seems like Metro is trying to create, in my opinion, a new genre. Like some kind of artsy trap album.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
With a little R&B
Exactly.
vibe to
And
it.
I didn't fucking want that. I didn't come here for
Let the
that.
trap be trap.
I didn't come here for that. I didn't go to Burger King to get a Big Mac. I came for a Whopper and left with chicken strips.
That's very-
I'm confused.
I'm dead. Left with the King's Nuggets.
What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that at a later day. I want Mace to be here to talk about that album.
Okay.
But it's like, that album left me really scratching my head, son.
Well, I really did not expect that at all.
At all.
I've been
At all.
thrown for a loop because I thought you would be heavily. I thought this album for you would solidify his place
On the list.
amongst the tiers of legends and titans and gods of production.
Here's the deal.
So we're
honest-
not arguing here.
No.
No argument.
If her
We agree.
loss doesn't happen, I might feel differently about this album.
Okay.
But her loss is the standard of that space. He came in well below what her loss was. And it's like, I didn't come here for art. I didn't. Shout out to Chris Brown. Chris Brown, his shit,
Yeah.
fire.
Kill it.
Matter of fact, real quick, shout out to 21. Shout out to Fuchs. Is it Brett Fire? No. Is it? Let me get. I want to make sure I get my names right. There's another guy on there.
Don Toliver.
Don Toliver.
He
Those
killed.
two. Don Toliver is the other guy. Future. These guys, they did a hell of a job. But it's like, beat for beat, the album is solid. But what are these songs? The breaks in between. There's a song there with 21 called
I'm in
"Walk
shock.
'Em
I
Down."
can't believe Jarv and I
Yeah.
agree on this.
I actually.
Because I was trying to, I really tried to give it a fair, honest try.
And you were confused.
And I was like, Because I was like, this isn't what I expected. This is not the sound that I expected out of Metro.
Me neither.
And I kind of wanted to appreciate it, but I just didn't.
Coming off of more M's on her loss, Savage Mode 2, even watching him.
Mode 1 was good too.
Building the beat on Gilly and Wallow, I'm like, I'm expecting this to knock my fucking socks off. I'm in the car. I got the audio set to violate while I'm on the Belt Parkway. And I'm like, what is this? And then the joint with 21, which is fire, Walk 'Em Down.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden turns into an R&B song halfway through. What the actual fuck is going on here?
I think Metro wanted to reach a different crowd on this one. Like this, a lot of the songs are crossover vibes. Like you can play those in like the Midtown spot. You can play those in the trap. But when we were going to discuss the album, I purposely said, hold off, because I want to hear Jarv's take. So it's funny how Mace ain't here now and we want to hear Mace's take, but
I'm confused. Because it's like,
I loved it.
You telling me you want to reach a different crowd. Like, listen, bro, Vince Carter, I came to watch you dunk, not finger roll.
But he mastered that space, though. That space
Keep
is
going.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
artists test
that.
new ground. You know how it goes.
Also, to be fair, if you're not familiar with my sensibilities on the matter,
do you have our original list?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not huge. That's an understatement. I don't.
Hey, yo.
I don't really like the hey. Pause-o-matic. But I don't. I'm not a fan of the 808s. I'm not a fan of the trap sound. I'm not a fan of triplet hi-hats. I'm not a fan of
being entertained. I know.
I
claps,
love all that stuff.
Claps on every.
You don't like
every
girls
downbeat.
shaking
Like,
ass?
I mean, if I go to the strip club and it's playing, like I drown the music out. I'm just I'm
They're
watching.
shaking ass to the music.
That's all right. They can enjoy it. I don't have to enjoy it. They'll enjoy it for me.
Okay.
And I'll enjoy them.
Wow,
what I mean? That's
bro.
how that works.
That's crazy, bro.
So
The fuck are you talking about?
I thought I was pretty clear with that. Like,
Nah, you're wildin', but yeah.
but yeah, like I'm not. So I wasn't like a fan of Metro coming into this album already. You know what I mean? So,
Go ahead.
so again, I listened to it and I was like, all right, I kind of appreciate that he's trying to expand his horizons, but like, again, the aesthetics of the sound, the textures of the sound, it's not for me.
It didn't work. I'm sorry, Dini. It didn't work for me.
We weren't listening to the same shit.
Damn, where's
even the
Mace
ones,
at?
even the ones with Future, and like the ones with Future.
I named all the standouts.
Mace, chime in
Shout out
in
to
the
21.
chat.
I came in my
when you watch
car.
this.
And I'm switching lanes. I'm getting in my mode. I went there for windmill dunks, 360 dunks, reverse dunks, and got finger rolls. I'm disappointed, Metro. This list doesn't change. Can you tell me the list?
Wow. So the original list,
He's
starting
on the
from
list.
the lowest tier, Legend tier,
Yeah.
right? So starting from the Legend tier, we had Swiss Beats, Scott Storch, Just Blaze, Havoc, Large Pro, The Hitman as a collective, and Timbaland. Now the Legend tier was the lowest of the three tiers, right? Then we had the Titan tier, which was the mid tier. Not to call it mid, I'm just the in-between tier. RZA, J Dilla, Pete Rock, Q-Tip, and the Neptunes. And then the God tier was three. Dr. Dre, Kanye West, and DJ Premier. And we purposely made it so that it's not an even, it was 15 in total, right? But it wasn't an even 5, 5, and 5. There's 7 legends, 5 titans, and 3 gods.
Let me see your listen. I swore we had Metro on this
We
list,
didn't.
bro.
We didn't.
We did not.
We didn't. He was fighting for Metro.
I was fighting for
Heavy.
Metro too.
And at the, by the end of the segment, we left them out. But we also left Alchemist out, which I still am not happy about.
If the choice
I
is
would
Havoc
say-
or Alchemist, I'm going with Havoc, bro.
I will say that since we did this episode, Havoc has probably done more to earn a spot on the Legends tier than Metro did.
Really? Since
No, Havoc is there.
Alchemist.
Alchemist.
Pardon me.
Alchemist has been cooking. He has done a lot of good things with
That Freddie Gibbs album.
Freddie. Did something with Rock Marcy,
Benny.
Benny. just dropped something I think recently.
But he's become like the final boss for underground Boldy, the final boss for underground rappers. Before you go on to other challenges, you gotta get that Alchemist tape.
Yeah,
Alchemist is legendary, man.
Yeah, man.
This list doesn't change though. I'm not taking Havoc off.
So what?
Not Havoc.
I might take the Hitman off.
We should take the Hitman off.
Is Hit Boy looking like something I can possibly rise on the list?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Copy.
We're on Alchemist though, because I always had an issue with the Hitmen being a whole like 10 motherfuckers.
Yeah. I felt like you said it in real time when we were recording.
Yes, absolutely.
I listened to that segment
that's
today.
a cheat. That's cheating. It's mad dudes in here. It's at least 5 Hitmen. So them as a collective having a spot here is a little unfair. If you would have said Chucky Thompson should be in there, R.I.P. What's his name? Not Juicy J. Somebody with the J. He was on the reality show, Love and Hip Hop.
Stevie J.
Thank you. Stevie J deserves to be in there, or Buck Wild deserves to be in there, like an individual. But to have the whole Hitman in there.
So are you taking Hitman out and putting Alchemist in?
I think we should take Hitman out and put
Alchemist.
How you feel about?
I love Alk, so I can go with Alk.
Okay.
We had an argument on the show, like what were Alk's like legendary highlights, and it was a little bit crickety. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro.
It was in comparison to what Havoc did.
That's what it was. It was a little crickety at the time.
We gonna make it.
Beautiful record.
Keep it thorough. The joint Hold You Down.
Oh yeah. With Prodigy and Nina Sky and them. Shout out to Illa G. To the homie Illa G.
And we could we could pull up the catalog. I mean, you got joints with Lil Wayne, you got joints with Fab, like.
Listen, we burying the league. You mentioned Hit Boy. It seems like you're trying to get Hit Boy on this list.
It's hard to argue it, man, with the run, man.
All right, chat. Don't get offended. In fact, you heard the list. Put your own list together while we're here.
All right.
Who would you take off to put Hit Boy on? That's the real question.
I mean, I would probably take off Hitman.
We already took the Hitman off. We got Alchemist on there. Right. Can we hit
I'll take Scott. I'll be
Scott Storch out the legends.
Completely honest about
the
this.
contributions from Scott Storch have been immense, though.
I will take Scott Storch off
and put Hit Boy.
Yes.
I'm surprised you want to take off Swizzy.
Now Swizzy.
Nah, on second thought, I wanted to take off Swizzy last time for Alchemist, but I've since
gotta give Swizzy his due, man.
Come around.
I've been a part of some legendary shit, man.
I've had 2 thoughts about it.
Okay, so we taking Scott Storch off, put a Hit Boy on. Hit Boy's a legend.
All right, hold on. This is gonna be controversial.
KDs is good.
This is gonna be controversial. So the legend tier. We took Hitman off. Let's put Alchemist in. Okay. So right now, the legend tier is Timbaland, Alchemist, Large Professor, Havoc, Just Blaze, Scott Storch, and Swiss Beats. Right? Your boy has long said Large Professor doesn't deserve to be there. To that you say,
who's my boy? Judas?
No. The
Judas wouldn't say nothing like that.
That was a guest on the. I'm terrible with names. I forget names all the time. It was
Scythe
here. No, with the trucker hat, the orange trucker hat.
Oh, Ron. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ron, you should have been here tonight.
And I remember you told me like right after you saw that episode, but you didn't say by name. You was like, yo, my boy watched it. He was like, yo, Large Professor's wild.
The black snob.
You know what I mean? and then when he came on the show afterwards, we was chopping it up outside, and he reiterated the same thing. And I was like, oh, you're the one that was wild. Okay, I got you.
The snobs meet.
Shout out to Large Professor.
That's
fact. Just to be clear.
Also, shouts to Large Professor's video that we were in but never came out.
Yeah. Come on, Large Pro, we need
that.
Come
on,
we're
man.
outside.
Put that out.
So we're taking Scott Storch off and put a Hit Boy.
That would be my vote.
Chat, y'all go with that? Let me know.
Some niggas gonna fight on that because of the whole Roots back thing, and the Dr.
Still no
Dre,
Manny Fresh?
the Dr. Dre run.
We putting Hit Boy above Manny Fresh?
I'm gonna let
we putting Hit Boy above Manny
I'm gonna let
Fresh?
Mace argue Manny Fresh since he's the cash.
I also made a list. So the possible new contenders were Hit Boy, Alchemist, Metro Boomin. Right? So we talked about that.
Metro's eliminated.
Yeah. Sorry, Metro. Sorry, not sorry. I don't really care.
Sorry.
But there was also some honorable mentions that I was thinking about that I don't know if they came up. I know Manny Fresh came up. Easy Mo B, I don't think came up.
Manny Fresh got to be there above Hit Boy, bro. That's how I feel.
It's been a part of a lot of crazy
Manny
shit.
Fresh was the vehicle for an entire wave. OG Cash Money is Manny Fresh.
Easy Mo B crafting a sound for both Big and Pac
You right.
in 94, 95.
It's tough.
That's heavy.
Marley Marl, the OG.
I got Manny Fresh above
Queensbridge.
him.
Larry Smith.
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh. All right.
Yo, that New Orleans sound was Manny Fresh.
It was.
For some reason, I always think about how he makes like a simple beat, like the #1 Stunner beat, and it was fire. Simple shit. Bam, bam, bam. Fire. He's a curator of car music.
He is. What's the shit when they were doing donuts in the parking lot?
Heavy on the simple.
Everything was about.
But okay.
It's fire though.
They had their time, bro. They definitely had a.
That's the operative word.
Manny Fresh
Some-
gotta
like
be
4
a
or 5 different artists,
Manny
though.
Fresh is legend tier, bro.
He had
Have
the-
some fucking respect.
BG, Lil
Somehow I
Wayne.
feel like I'm
Where's
getting
Hip-
deja vu.
Where's Hit Boy
Juvie?
from?
Cali.
Hit Boy's from Cali. Okay. Because motherfuckers is gonna be up in the chat. They're gonna find us and they're gonna be like, "Yo, that's a heavy New York biased list."
Oh boy.
You got Primo in there. You got Q-Tip and Pete Rock and RZA and
Legends.
Large Professor.
Legend.
Make your own list.
So
Sour
I just
list.
want to point out, Dr. Dre's obviously from Cali. Kanye West from Chicago. Neptune's from
Virginia.
Virginia. Thank you. Drew from Detroit. Timbaland, also from Virginia. Alchemist from Cali, even though his sound is not Cali, but he's from
He's
Cali.
from New York. I'm sorry.
It is a New York vibe.
No,
heavy.
man.
Sorry, not sorry.
He's from Cali, bro.
He's in New York.
Don't do that, man. You're fucking up the narrative. All right.
That's in second home.
Where's Sky Source? I guess, was he from Philly?
I thought he was a Philadelphia dude.
I guess. If he's not from Philly, correct us out there. I don't know where it's Sky Source. But we got, we got some representation in here. Hit Boy's from Cali. We might put him in there. Sorry, Metro. We're not. But yeah, the
Free Manny
honorable
Fresh.
mentions, besides Manny Fresh, Easy Mo's New York, Marley's New York, Larry Smith. I don't know. Is he from New York? Let us know.
Scott Storch was born in Long
I
Island,
assume.
but he was raised in South Florida and Philly, so we'll just go with Philly.
Interesting. All right, but we taking Scott Storch off, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So Manny Fresh or Hit Boy?
I got Manny Fresh.
Woo.
I want to
You know
go
who
with,
I got.
I want to go with Hit Boy. But yo, Manny Fresh has been a part of some crazy shit, man. You think of BG, Lil Wayne, the Turks, Juvie. Like, he's been a part of some
He
heavy
was
shit.
a one-man vehicle.
He was Day RZA.
News in Paris.
I know.
Shout out Hit Boy, but this list is fluid.
Racks in the middle.
Nah, I got Manny Fresh, bro. Pick, motherfucker. You
who did-
beat the
wait,
balance
wait,
over here.
Who did the
bro.
the Travis Scott Drake shit? Who did that?
That wasn't
That wasn't hit.
I don't think you talking about
She's in love with who I am. Back
Yeah,
in high
that
school,
was
I
a
used
Hit
to
Boy.
bust it to the dance.
Who did that? Look it up.
If he did that, then the argument is done. But that wasn't Hit Boy. I'm confident. I'm loud saying that wasn't Hit Boy. Sicko Mode. That's the name
Sicko
of the
Mode.
record.
Yeah.
I think he did produce that, actually.
Nah, I don't think that was Hit Boy.
While we're looking it up, do we want to reconsider the God tier?
Who's the gods again? Kanye,
Dre, Ye, and Primo. Are we gonna demote Ye for being Yadolf?
Nah, he did what he...
Shouts to Mace, bro.
Hit Boy was a part of that. Him, the Q Beats, and Take Keith.
But Keith got the primary. Keith.
Yeah,
fucked the
okay,
biggest
yeah.
up,
There's a lot of dudes on there. You can't get the soul.
Nah, I'm leaving.
Sound like that
Ye did
needs
what he
flavor.
did as a producer. I'm not moving him. He don't get demoted for being an idiot now. He did what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. But shouts to Mace for coining Yadolf. That was hilarious.
Wild.
So can I add him? Can you officially add Manny Fresh to that list?
Yeah, I got it.
Thank
I got
you,
it.
sir.
So Manny Fresh.
We're gonna add some southern flavor.
Can we get the final list for the chat?
Final list. Dre, Kanye, and Primo as the God tier. Oh, but what I was gonna say, because I know you and our old
Judas
member,
We fought for RZA.
y'all fought for RZA in the God tier over Primo.
Yeah.
That video you getting tight is the funniest shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you was sick.
outta here.
Fuck, took the headphones off. Shit got litty, nigga. Shit was live,
I remember
y'all.
chopping a segment for that and laughing at that shit over and
Yo,
over.
my nigga,
again,
that's
bro.
37 eps ago,
Yeah,
bro.
but what I didn't
come a
say,
long way.
what I didn't say in that episode, and I'll say it now, because our
Shout out
old
to
member asked who got more classic albums, RZA or Primo. I want to point out that a large contingency of the hip hop golden era listeners will tell you Primo made classics for Gangstar, his group,
Okay.
also for J. Rue the Damager,
Okay.
and also for motherfucking Group Home. Two of the least skilled lyricists, least skilled rappers of the era, and somehow DJ Premier managed to make a near classic, and some people will call it a classic, a niche classic maybe. Primo is, plus Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z worked with all of them in their prime. Primo's goated.
He was the standard before Timbaland and like Neptunes became the event producer. It was Primo.
That was the conversation me and Lang were having with you. It was the name the classic Primo albums, and you
Right.
named those albums. And then we asked you to name the classic RZA produced albums. And do we really have to even consider
Right,
thinking about it?
the whole Wu run from 93 to
But
97.
once you leave the Wu umbrella, what did
Right.
RZA do as far as at a super high echelon? Of course,
album-wise?
he produced for other guys. Yes, we know he produced for other guys. But what is the notable record?
Can I say that about Timbaland?
What you mean?
What's the album that he made that's in that same?
Timbaland was never your album guy. The labels
Right.
literally sent you to get a big record from
him.
Timbaland.
And to be clear, we put Timbaland in the legend
He was
tier,
in there.
not the Titan tier, right? So the legend tier is the third tier, Titan tier is the second tier. We put Timbaland there because it's a hip hop conversation.
And he's a lot poppy.
And Timbaland had, he had Aaliyah, he had the joints with Justin Timberlake, he
Missy,
had
Genuine.
the joints with
Beat
Genuine,
Club, 702, all them niggas.
all that.
Magoo.
You know what I mean? It was Timbaland is an absolute god when
Monster.
it comes to the beats. But in terms of hip hop contribution, he worked with Jay, he worked with
What you mean,
Nas.
like predominantly, like doing a lot of work?
in
Nas,
hip-hop.
Nas-ish, a little bit.
He had
There's
Omi. What else he had with
honestly,
Nas?
let's be clear. I would say outside of the people in his camp, the guy he
Right,
worked with the
Magoo.
most was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Right.
Him and Jay did a lot of work together.
Beautiful things
You
together.
know what I'm saying? But like he gave Nas a record. There's a lot of guys who I can't remember right now who was like, if Atlantic Records said Dee needed a record, go to Timbaland. We need to rebrand you, Bubba Sparks, or you a new nigga. Go to Timbaland. You know what I'm saying?
And I hate that
But-
Nas record.
but
That record was huge.
There's no classic Timbaland produced album. Or maybe Aaliyah, Hot Like Fire.
Missy? Nah, the Super Duper
I'm thinking
Fly?
about like
Oh, I feel you.
rap, like
Gotcha.
rapidy rap.
Gotcha.
albums. Yes, Missy got some
Love that
classics.
Absolutely.
The album when she was dropping like Hot Boys, that I can't remember the name of that album, but that window of Missy from like 99 to 01, I don't know what the fuck they was on,
Fuego.
but they were making super hot fire.
That was 1 Minute Man era, right? Wasn't that
Yeah,
around?
all of that falls under that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if this was a general production conversation,
No
Timbaland
question.
would definitely be higher
No
on the
question.
list. But in terms of rap, hip hop records,
All right, so we getting to a point where Walter might kick us out. So I'm gonna ask you guys,
right?
do y'all want to save the Griselda topic for when Mace gets back, or y'all want to get into it tonight?
We can
save it.
I think we can save it.
Griselda.
Save it.
Yeah.
We got a Griselda topic based on a Twitter post that I saw, and it got me to thinking. But I feel like that deserves some time to breathe.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
makes
So-
insight too. So.
Also, I'm gonna put the final producer list that we have now.
Oh
Since
yeah,
we
can
made the
you
changes.
reel that off us?
I'm gonna put it up on the screen for
Yes, sir.
y'all.
Let's go from legends all the
But
way to gods.
Legends, Timbaland, Alchemist, Large Pro, Havoc, Just Blaze, Manny Fresh, Swiss Beats. Titans, a tier above. Neptunes, Q-Tip, Pete Rock, Jay Dilla, RZA. I'm repping for Jay Dilla today, just in case anybody wanted to move him off.
Okay.
God tier, Dr.
I like how
Dre.
you pointed at me when you said that, but okay.
I'm not trying to move the donut god anywhere. Man.
Yo,
He's solidified.
God tier, Dre, Ye, and Primo, God.
Fireless
Can't beat it,
people,
man.
give us your list or curse us out for our
Yeah.
list. The usual.
know
Tell
what
us
else
who
would
you
be nice?
thought
You
we
know-
forgot.
You know what else would be
left
nice
off?
too? If y'all can add in like some flavor. Like if you're a Southern dude, make like a little 5 Southern producer. I want to know it's like this. Who's the top 5 Southern producers?
Zaytoven up there.
Who's the top 5 Cali producers? Who's the top 5 Midwest? Like if y'all gonna give us a list, give us a great list. Give us some new shit too.
Real quick before we get to the next segment, I'm not gonna get into it right now because that deserves to breathe. But I wanna get the chat talking. I wanna get y'all to give me a yes or no. Can right now 38 Special and Ransom out rap Nas and Jay right now? Yes
No.
or no? Deanie,
No.
No,
Sin.
no.
Jarv says no also. Next segment. Mailbag. My favorite segment.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I changed things today because again, you guys, I got cases on all of y'all. You had a field day. So I decided to point out some of the super chats from the last live where I felt betrayed and led astray. So first and foremost, shout out to the super chat MVP Adriel Green.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you.
He says, I like how Boozy was playing devil's advocate and evening the scales when Vlad tried to hate on Nas. Vlad was moving the goalpost for Jay, but academics was wild and saying Drake is on Jay's level lyrically. So, Sin, I remember you basically saying fuck out of here. Like, you're not even giving that any kind of time. Like, Drake is not fucking with Jay. You're the fakest Jay-Z fan I know.
I take it.
Deanie, what do you think about that comparison?
Terrible.
Okay.
Like I said, first of all, there's been accusations that this guy doesn't even write his own music, and that's never been for Hov. So
I tried to drink y'all and I missed.
I don't even want to put that in the air. But nah, man. Nah, Hov is his own separate entity, bro. Like the only person I feel like could even be mentioned in the same breath with him really is just Escobar. So I would say no to that.
Academics, you uncultured fuck. Drake and Jay on the same level lyrically is like comparing frozen French fries to McDonald's French fries. Like, come on now. Come on.
Hit different, bro.
It's
Let me play devil's advocate.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I can't.
This is,
Okay.
I'm about to say.
It's like comparing Red Lobster steak to like going to Benjamin Steakhouse in Midtown on the east side. Have some fucking respect. And that's the thing, I'm putting that on the shirt. Have some fucking respect. Because the internet has allowed people to get so disrespectful and unruly that I feel like we need to put it on the shirt, and I'm putting it on wax. The Rap Roundtable first t-shirt is gonna say, have some fucking respect. Because it's out of line now. Okay. And some of y'all was like, yeah, in the chat. Mad Max, hey Max.
Shout out to Max.
Says, Hov not relevant musically though. Laughing my ass off. Let's keep it a bean. I've heard guys younger than me say they don't want to hear that old head shit from Hov. What?
God did literally had people writing fucking soliloquies and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta disagree with that.
Really, Max?
It froze the world, bro. A 70-bar verse froze the world. We're not gonna act like they
72
ain't
bars
happened.
of fire.
We're not gonna act like they ain't happened.
And then Mad Max even further went on to lie and say that young people want to hear Andre 3000. That's bullshit.
Mace agreed with that, but
Mace is a fucking
I don't
terrorist.
see that. I don't see
Because
it.
I worked in a high school for almost 9 years, and I didn't hear one teenager, not one, mention Andre 3000. And if they did, it's because, I'm sorry, Sim, Andre 3000 is the cool thing or the safe name to throw out there when you make your list. When you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, you throw 3 stacks in there, and guys like Sin like your post. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Hey, it's okay.
Guilty.
You know what I'm saying?
If somebody's giving 3,000 their flowers, I'm hitting like
Shout out
every
to
time.
3 stacks.
Michael Brown.
MB, what up?
He says, what do y'all think of the story that resurfaced this past week where Pusha T told Complex that Hell Hath No Fury beats were meant for Jay-Z's Kingdom Come album? Could those beats have saved the album?
No.
I'm going to be clear. I'm going to come clean. No. Kingdom Come was bad because Jay-Z wasn't Hov. He was Sean Carter. There you go. I don't know who that guy was. He was so fucked up on Kingdom Come that American Gangster happened. That's how I looked at that.
American Gangster was fire.
He watched the movie and said, "That's how I'm." Oh yeah, that's me. I forgot.
Let me get back in my bag.
Basically,
I didn't understand the pitch he rapped at. Some of the pockets he was trying to hit. I didn't get the album.
Wasn't his best work.
Show Me What You Got was tough. Dig a Hole was tough. Kingdom Come, the title track was tough.
Minority Report was fire.
I'll say this much. Show Me What You Got, I think, is overhated, but it's still not. It's not top tier.
It's overhated by Nas fans.
Still goes.
No. I think
it's an entertaining record.
In general, most people don't like that record.
Mad Max, you're a liar. I need to reiterate that. Finally, from Mad Max again, he says, "If you not born from 94 to 99, the latest Hov is Beyonce's husband, only to you, and the guy that was on Watch It Throw with Ye, only because late 90s babies are the last group to know Hov."
Wow.
All right, Mad Max, you might not be wrong there. Because if you're like,
Biggs, you're gone too far.
I can't even argue that. Because if you're like 20, he is Beyonce's husband.
Businessman.
But he's the businessman. But again, now I'm going to bring it back full circle. Because y'all got the respond already. Y'all agree with this nigga.
If you wasn't there, that's a you problem.
And that's the thing. If you weren't there, that's a you problem. Also, if you call yourself hip-hop, you have one responsibility in hip-hop. Do your fucking due diligence and know what the fuck is going on.
With knowledge.
And he didn't pull Beyonce because he was Joe Nobody. He was Jay-Z.
Right.
He pulled Beyonce.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Like, preemptive pause, but you look like that and you pull Beyonce? Like, it's got to be for
And everybody was on B-Body back then, too.
You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
With whiskers like a rat?
Compared to BG
Compared to BG Whack, and he still pulled Beyonce.
Jarv,
you know what I mean? What happened?
Jarv, like, we doing this right now? That's what we doing? At the end of the show?
What happened?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm on Hov's side.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'm on his side, bro. You don't see this guy.
Like a thorn.
What the fuck? I don't want peace. I want problems always.
This is why I got cases on them. This is exactly why there's cases on these two, Mace, and all of y'all in the chat. And Walter, who's laughing over here.
Oh, shit.
Walter's catching the stray.
Anyway. So, we're uptown.
Yes.
Right? I went all the way from Brooklyn, uptown, to mash on Sincere's tulips because he's a double agent who's slandering Jay-Z. Although fans call him the fake Nas fan. If y'all don't believe he's a Nas fan after now, I don't want to hear from you. He is what he is. He's a Nas fan, the fakest Hov fan. I'm the only Hov fan at the table. Fuck your tulips in. Anyway, we're uptown. We're having a blast.
Yes, sir.
Somebody pulled up the Sins Lawn. I don't know who it is, but we're all yelling.
I'll let you know. Listen, what was it you were saying? Like, my bad. Couple minutes ago. Have some fucking respect.
Have some fucking respect.
I gotta have some fucking respect for hip hop, for bars, for lyricism. I'm gonna bring it full circle because we touched on a lot of topics today. This lawn segment goes out to, I don't know. Should I?
Cook.
I don't know if I should name the person or not.
Leave his name out.
Nah, leave his name out. But it stems from a tweet that went out by Double XL. Double XL I'll name as a publication, as a platform. And so they put out a tweet talking about how they came across a tweet that said Cardi B had the best verse of the year, and that tweet got what's the name of the record? Tomorrow 2. The joint with Glorilla, right? And that she had
can't make this shit up.
The best verse of the year. And what's weird is that Double XL qualified it by saying that this was the best female rap verse of the year, right?
It's not.
And no, it's not. But they said that they came across a tweet that said that, and the tweet had like 20,000 likes. And then they asked, their followers, you agree or disagree or whatever, right? So I see this tweet, and I'm like, I don't know, this sounds like cap. I feel like Double XL made this shit up just to have a topic, and that there's no tweet.
Well, why not retweet the tweet?
Right. Exactly. They didn't retweet a tweet. They didn't mention the person, right? They just said somebody said this in a tweet. So I had to go do my research, and lo and behold, there is a tweet.
Oh, wow!
And this tweet literally says, and they don't qualify it. They say Cardi B might have the verse of the year with Tomorrow 2. Point blank. Period. That's it.
Damn it, man.
The fuck are you talking about?
At the time that I took the screen cap, 30,000 likes.
Wow.
The Rap
4,500
Roundtable.
retweets. I'm gonna need you to have some goddamn respect for bars, for real fucking lyricism. You're gonna tell me that in a year where Hove went off for, 72 bars,
72,
shut down the internet. Nas came out with KD3.
Indeed.
We had J. Cole blacking on that Benny record.
Ransom album.
Caddy.
A whole Ransom album, right? And you're gonna tell me that this Cardi verse talking about tickling my ass crack was the verse of the year?
That wasn't even Cardi's best verse this year.
Bro.
Much less the best verse.
I don't like the person that tweeted this. I don't know your age. I don't know your background. I don't know. You have a platform. I know because I seen it. You got decent subs. Cool. But I'm going to need you to do the knowledge
and
have some fucking respect and get the fuck off my lawn with that shit.
If you think Cardi B doing a feature for Glorilla somehow leads to the verse of the year,
Get off my lawn.
if you think that a basic ass verse is somehow litty enough for verse of the year,
Get off my lawn.
if you think that we need to give Cardi B her flowers for anything close to a verse of the year,
Get off my lawn.
and if you think that all these guys roam streets, all the Griselda albums, 38 Special.
You had Conway
Ransom.
out there.
Ransom.
You have Ran out there. You have
Lupe
Rome out
Fiasco.
there. You had a Lupe
Joey
album.
Badass.
Joey Badass.
If you
Freddie Gibbs.
Kendrick
J.I.D.
bearing his soul.
J.I.D.
Kendrick Lamar, Absol. Shit, we even got a guest appearance from fucking Schoolboy Q. If you think all of these guys didn't have bar work
Better
material worthy of verse of the year,
Get off my lawn.
get the fuck out of here, bro. Wow. Listen, this is episode 60 of the Rap Roundtable. I'm disappointed in that person who even put that tweet out there.
Disgusting.
It shows how far rap has fallen, and y'all love blaming New York, but it's not. If it was still in New York, this wouldn't happen. I'm just saying. Nevertheless, I had fun with you guys tonight,
Yes, sir.
even though I got cases on all of y'all.
It's good being back here. We haven't been here in a minute.
Hell yeah.
A
So
little while,
Hell
y'all.
yeah.
But we
man.
back in the fray.
Again, if you want one of these hats until we get the websites up, you can send us 30 via Cash App.
Super chat that.
Email us your mailing information, and we'll send the hats directly to you. Let us know if you want one of these or one of these, and we will make it happen. Dini, take us home.
Yo, shout out to Walter, rocking with us late night, draped in knit gear. You suffer as much as I do. It's a hard life, but we live it.
Draped in knit gear, you suffer as much as I do.
It's a hard life. It's a hard life. Shout out to Sensei the Rap Snob. You hear the production. You know what the fuck is going on. Tap in and make sure your pockets got something in them. We can't do the freebies here, y'all. We don't do that. Shout out to Jarv. So happy to fucking have you back, my brother. We missed your energy.
It's good to be back.
We missed the vibe, but we got you back. Shout out to fucking Macito, voice of the young people. Happy fucking birthday to Mace. Jump in the chat and wish my nigga Mace happy birthday. That's why he couldn't be here tonight. He's doing what he got to do. He living his life. We're the fucking Rap Roundtable, man. I'm Deanie, the balance of the force. What you see is what you get. We here for a good time, not a long time.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. We out here.
Yes, sir.
Jay Dilla forever.